it's Nick again, talking about Behind the FireWolfe Riffs Part 2. That riff right there was from the first record, Armed Forces, and you can definitely hear some of the Savatage influence on me as a guitar player. Chris Oliva, one of my favorite players of all time, had these kind of drop-tuned riffs. You think about Hall of the Mountain King and Power of the Night. Those of you that know Savatage know those tracks. And that was a big influence on me, just the sound of it. I love all eras of the band Savatage, but those early albums definitely are magical to me. And the riff writing in particular had a big influence on my own songwriting. So this is drop C sharp, in case you don't know. We're going to tune the low E down to a C sharp. Everything else stays the same in standard tuning, so your low E should now be C sharp. It should sound like this. Alright, cool. So, welcome back. This is part 2. I'll link you to part 1 of the first three riffs I did. You'll see a link in the description below for that video in case you want to grab those as well. And I've also got a free sweep picking guide for you. Make sure and check that in the description below if you're looking to up your game with your sweep picking chops. I've got a really cool guide that's got videos and examples, and it is absolutely free. My gift to you. Alright, so let's check out Armed Forces. Key of C sharp, drop C sharp tuning. It's pretty simple. We're going to play these notes on the 5th string with the chugging going on the low E. So on the 5th string we're playing the notes. I'll call out the frets. We're going to play 4 and 2, then 5, 4, 7 and 6, and then slide from 7 to 9, and then land on 7. Okay, so you get this along with the chugging. All right, so you get the second time through. We're going to do the same thing, except we're going to end it a little differently. So we have this. That's a little E major 7 arpeggio there. I'm playing 6 and 7 on the A string. Hammer that on, then 6, 9 on the D. I'm actually picking the notes on the D string. They're going to play 9 on the G string, 8, hammer back onto 9, pull off to 8, and then pull off to 6, and play 9 on the D. So that whole arpeggio should sound like this. Okay, so if we put those first 2 times through the riff together, we get this. Third time through is the same as the first. And the fourth time through is the same as the second, with a slightly different ending. So the fourth time will be an A power chord there, and then we're going to move up and play this B major chord, which is 9th fret D string, 8th fret G string, open B string, open high E string. Then we're going to go right back down the string. So you're going to go and end up on the G string, 8th fret. Give those a little mute. Okay, Okay, so the whole riff slow should sound like this. I should say too, when you play these single notes on the A string, if you can get a little pick harmonic by digging in a little bit, it'll sound cooler. Okay, so all three of these riffs are in drop tuning. I'm going to show you instead of the standard tuning. FireWolfe doesn't tune down a bunch, but we've got I think 4 songs that were either in drop D or drop C sharp tuning. So here's another one in drop C sharp, which is the title track to the album We Rule the Night, and it goes like this: drop C sharp again. Okay, so we're going to start on a B power chord. Let me just play through here. Super heavy. I love this tuning because it does get so heavy on those chugs, but it still has that standard tuning feel with the rest of the strings. So it's not too crazy for an old school guy like me. Some of you guys play 7 and 8 string guitars. In fact, the other guitar player in FireWolfe, who's also a great player, make sure to check him out, Michael David. He has an 8 string guitar. And I'm still trying to figure out 6. I don't know how he does it, but you can get some really cool tones with those too. But I'll leave that for you guys. So what we're doing here is we're playing a B power chord at the 2nd fret. And notice again, we're playing interspersed. We're playing where we have the chugging on the low string too. So that's a big part of most of these riffs, interspersing the chordal ideas with the actual low chugging on the low strings. Okay, so we're going to play B to C sharp, chug. Then we're going to play on the D string are the single notes. We're going to play 1st and 2nd fret like this. Okay, twice on each one, but we're going to get that low string in there in between. So it should sound like this. Basically twice there, and then we're going to go like this. 2nd fret to the 4th fret, slide. So basically you don't even hear the second, you don't hear the B chord. And you're going to go up to C sharp and then hit an A chord. And this time the single notes are 2 and 1 on the D string. Okay, so you're just reversing that, and you're also playing the A string in between those instead of that low string. Okay, then we're going to play up to C sharp and then back to B, and now we're going to play B in between, and I finger that like this. Okay, so all of that together would be like this slow. Okay, and there's one other little lick in there which I like, which I'll show you. It happens in the pre-chorus, right before that riff comes back in for the chorus. It has this little intervallic thing. It goes like this. course. I just like that. It's played with a clean sound on the album, but I'm just kind of rolling off some of the volume. So I'll just show you real quick. It's 9 and on the G and 9 on the high E, but you play these separately. So you kind of slide into 9 on the G, and grab 9 on the high E too. So that's separate. Slide 9 back to 8 on the G and play 7 on the high E. Slide 8 back to 6 on the G. Play 5 on the high E. Slide 6 back to 4 on the G. Play 4 on the high E. And that's it. Second time you end there, and then you play this B chord, which is on the higher strings. 4th fret on the G, 7th fret B, 7th fret on the high E, and that is it for that riff. Okay, so that's We Rule the Night. Armed Forces and We Rule the Night, both in C sharp, drop C sharp tuning. There will be a test later. So we're going to do one more. I'm going to tune up for this to drop D. So what I'm going to do is just play this D note at the 5th fret on the A string. There we have it. Okay, this is Back from Hell from the first record. One of my favorite tunes we've ever written. This one, I love the lyrics. I love the whole thing. Excuse me while I untangle my hair. It's a little bit hot today. This is like the first really warm day of the year here in the Pacific Northwest. It's in the 70s, so it's not too hot, but it's a little bit toasty in this room, so the hair gets a little crazy. Alright, so this is drop D tuning, so you should have a nice D chord when you play the E and the A strings together. It rings out real nice. And this one is really simple, kind of a Zakk Wylde bit, a little bit. You're going to slide. The cool thing about drop D tuning is you have these power chords that you can play with one finger. Makes it real easy to get around. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide from the 2nd to the 3rd fret, playing the 6th and 5th strings. So we're doing this. Then we're playing 2 opens. Do that again. So if you put those together, you get. Okay. So the chugging is where the rhythm comes in. Okay, so that's the first part. We're going to play the 5th fret on the low E string. If you can get a little pick harmonic there. All right, total Zakk Wylde there. Now we're going to play 6/5 as chords, power chords. Chug, chug, and then 5 and 3. Okay, so far here's what it sounds like. Bit was heavy vibrato on the 2nd fret, low E, 3rd fret A, back to 2nd fret A, 2nd fret E, sorry, 1st fret, low E, 3rd fret again on the A, back to the 1st fret, low E, and then land on a big, giant, open D chord. beautiful chord. You can just play everything together except the high E string, and it's going to sound wondrous. All right, and that is Back from Hell. Let me do the whole riff. Okay, that's probably enough heaviness for one lesson. Not really a lesson, just kind of a little bit of the guitar behind the scenes with creating these riffs, and but it's always a process. It comes, usually I have an idea for a riff and then I'll develop that. Maybe it's the main riff to start with, and then I work on trying to get a verse section, and then start connecting that with a pre-chorus, get the drum machine going. Usually I throw it into Pro Tools and get that going with Easy Drummer or something like that. I'll do a video on the whole process of that. Been planning to do that for a while. I think a lot of people kind of would be helped by seeing that process if you don't do it already. So anyway, that's it for those 3 riffs. Hopefully there will be more of these. I think I'm going to do a solo next time. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of these riffs. And if I do a solo, which one should I do? Late last night, maybe? The trick is, on a lot of these, I improvised. So if I'm improvising a solo, I might play it differently every time. So it's probably going to have to be something that I actually wrote, that I can go back and easily decipher what I did there. So it makes sense to teach it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. On behalf of FireWolfe, I'm Nick Layton. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Rock on.